Good morning and welcome to Our Sweet Home Life. Yesterday Mojo was washing some clothes and this happened. He was washing a jacket and the washer would not spin. So he got in here last night and started working on it. Not sure what's going on, but do you think Mojo's going to be able to fix this washer? Stay tuned and we'll let you know. It is a Maytag Epic Z. Mojo did a review on this washer. You may want to go check out that video. So we'll let you know if Mojo's able to repair this washer or not.
Drain has, I took it off, took everything apart, took the front off the machine. I took this little filter, I think it's called a coin filter or something, that goes into this little pump. And anyway, just trying to see where we're at with this thing. And all that looked good in there. The pump looks good. And this bottom part looks good, so I don't see a problem with the it having a stopped up anywhere. I tried to back flush it with water. I beg your pardon, I took the indoor-outdoor vac, the shop vac, and I put it on the line over there that goes into the back of the machine, and I tried to pull the water out of the tub and try to flush any debris out. And either that did it or there was no debris in it. I don't know. But I'm trying to get it all back together, guys. And it's taken me a little bit to come up with the apparatus that I need to squeeze this clamp. That clamp goes around this boot. And hold on, let me get this camera set up, guys, and I'll be right back. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is trying to put this boot back up on there, which goes to the drain of the drum. It actually drains the where your clothes. And so trying to get this boot on here. It's real hard to get on because it's in such a bad place. I've been working with it for quite a while, and you're probably not going to see everything that I've done to try to get this thing in place. I want to make sure, guys, that boot is up on there really good. Turn your power off before you start the machine. I mean, yeah. Want to make sure the electrical's okay. The power on this machine is off. So guys, you see that? After it took 10 minutes wrestling with that thing, I decided to put some oil on it and lubricate it, and it was not too bad of a problem. As you see, I had a little spring clamp here that helped me to compress that clamp, so it wasn't really too hard to handle with that. Otherwise, you'll never be able to do it just by hand. You can't get back in there to it. We're going to put all this other stuff back on here. Taking this bottom of this filter off where I could see inside of it. So we want to make sure that clamp, it's got a clamp that goes here somewhere if I can find it. Hold on, guys. It's underneath you. Imagine that. Excuse me while I bother you. And if you guys only knew how long, what kind of problem it was to set this camera in place. We do a lot, you know, to accommodate all of our people who are reviewing this thing. By the way, this is all brought to you by Our Sweet Home Life. If you're on here viewing this on Google or somewhere, Just come to our channel on YouTube, guys. We've got 300 videos up and got a how-to playlist at the bottom of our videos. So make sure you come to our channel and check it out. This is you'd probably be better to take this bottom off, but this is on a stand. Just that is a cumbersome deal to take that bottom off. I think I'm gonna put this up on it beyond where I need to have it, and I can just slide it down after I put it on. Okay. See that? See how much easier that was doing it like that. So make sure that thing goes up on that shaft there really good. See, here was the problem with that big one. I couldn't get pliers in there to compress that spring. And by the way, make sure you put on safety equipment, which is safety glasses, because those springs will or can shoot off there. They're under tension. They're very dangerous, so make sure you take appropriate safety measures, guys. Looks good to me, so we got all that on. And now, got these back on. And now we have that little bitty filter. I'm gonna try putting some water in it, but I don't think that's the issue. Hopefully this will do it, but I don't know until I try it. This is like I have said, working on one video before. A lot of this is trial and error, so be patient with things. Trial and error. Alright, this is that's a little insert that goes in that thing. This thing comes apart right at that little pivot. Anyway, it comes apart right there at that little pivot, guys. It goes right up in there. I put a little lubrication on this housing, and this screws in here. Make sure it's good and tight. That's just the way it came in. So we're going to check this thing out now and make sure that the pump's working. So I plugged it up, I turned the water on. I'm going to put it over here and rinse and spin cycle. And I'm going to turn it on start. I'll hold it down a second or two before it actually starts. It will clear that and make sure everything's out of the tub. Then it'll lock the door at some point in time. There you go. The door's locked. Then it'll allow water in there. I don't know why it does that, but it waits a few minutes before it adds more water. So it's spinning a little bit, or it's gently turning, the cycle's gently turning. We shall see. It's washing, rinsing. If you happen to work on something, that water will gush out into the floor, and every one I've ever seen that has posted things, that's going to be an issue, guys. So you want to make sure you get something in front of that door that catches that water. This one's setting up on pedestals, so it's a little bit difficult sometimes, but it's actually easier with this. You can take this out right here and that water will come out, but make sure you get something to drain it out with. So I got this, I believe that may be suds, but the pump kept running and never did stop. And I got some more problems with it. The pump didn't start, and I don't know. The pump started, beg your pardon, the pump started and it kept running, never would shut off, and no water was coming out. So it sounds like the pump is not working for whatever reason. Either that or I still got something stopped up there. So I'm gonna take the pump itself off and I'm gonna drain the wash machine. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Then I'm gonna find out what that 5D is. The 5D error code up there. 5D error code.
I'm thankful for a good man that's able to fix a washing machine. He's hard at work, y'all.
Well, right now we're working on it. The fixing part, I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Let me give them a little lowdown here while you got them on the screen. So I've done every kind of test on this thing you possibly can do on it. I've drained it. I've put water in it. I've vacuumed the lines out. I've pushed a rod up in them, make sure they were clean. I got the filter out. This is the pump, and it's working, it's running, but evidently the only thing I have now, I can feel like that this pump itself has came loose from the impeller. The impeller spins a little bit with your hand, but it's grinding and it's not doing anything. But anyway, the grinding noise in here, this is, like I say, the pump. And this is the filter. But you can feel the little impeller, or yeah, it's an impeller right inside the hole there. And I don't know, there's something in here stopped up, or either the shaft itself is broken. I don't know what it is, but I had to prop the thing up because it got on these stands. I had to prop it up in order to access the screws to take the whole thing off. And that's where we are, guys. Okay, I got this thing out, and now we are going to put it on the workbench and take it apart. This thing here, all this unsnaps off the motor, off the body, and then we're going to see if we got a problem in here or not. That's where we are. Okay, I'll just take you up to speed on this. So I disassembled the pump itself. I took the pump off first off, and you know it's kind of easy to do. And this little cover covered this coil up, and it snaps right on. After I pulled that off, had to move, this was like this, and I had to push the tabs in right there to get it to twist. And it came right apart out of the housing. There's the housing there. There's the pump itself with the motor, the impeller. But I noticed this, guys. Can you see that, how that's spinning? There's something got in this thing, and remember I said it was spinning. Something got in it and bent the motor shaft. So I would say I'm going to have a motor shaft. But really and truly, as I pulled this out of here, water began to run from this motor itself. And it was full of water, which it still operated. But the main thing is it's bent. The shaft is bent. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me spin it, maybe you can get it. I just definitely want you to see this. See how that's bent? And this seal was also, it evidently had a lot of vibration going on with it, and it was allowing water to get in the housing, the field. That's the field, and this is the shaft itself. So that's how that goes. It kind of sits in there and all of it locks together. But I definitely got to have another motor. So there you are. I'm going to have to wait on the parts man or go order it or something, I'm sure. But I'll get back with you. It'll be a while. Guys, we got this thing going back together with it. We've got that new pump on it. Right there it sits. And you got to take those screws out of the bottom of it, and it comes on off. But I had to take this, all these dust covers off of it, and when I get those on it, as you can see, we put a small load of clothes in it, and we're going to try it out. So I got everything on there. Ran a little water in it earlier and see if it was going to leak. You want to do that first. In actuality, you need to run it a little bit, and I ran it for a short period of time, and everything looks good. The motor sounds good, no leaks. And so now I'm closing it up. You want to do that? You want to do that before you close it up, because you want to make sure there's no leaks in it. So we'll put all these covers on. As you can see, I got this all these covers on it, and I put clothes in it. Small load, not a big load, just a small load of towels, and fill all our detergent dishes up with detergent. Got it plugged in, and now we'll turn it on. We want this to be a relatively small load. Normal, and I put an extra rinse and everything else, but you can see 64 minutes. And sometimes I think that it takes a little bit for that cycle to reset and those water levels to be where they need to be. I think that's got to do with draining that water out and cutting those things off in mid-cycle, and you have to do that, but it takes a couple of cycles in order for it to start normalizing back to where it needs to be. Nice and quiet. Everything seems to be working fine. Just as I had thought. It didn't take but to put that pump back on it and put it back together. The pump took approximately 20 minutes to put back on. And it took me about an hour just to put all the covers back on it. And then of course I had to put it back down, bolt it back to the bottom of the pedestal. Those are helpful if you got a pedestal. If you don't have a pedestal, you probably, I don't know, you need to get that washing machine up a little bit. That pump is only about that far off the bottom of it, which is about 4 inches. So you'll have a hard time draining that tank sitting on the floor. Coming to the coasting down, guys. All right, there's 44 minutes to go. Running more fresh water in. I'm gonna get off here. I don't want to let this thing go any more than what it has already. But you see it's working fine. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to watch all our videos, Our Sweet Home Life. It's Mojo. Signing off, guys. Hope you have a good, clean laundry day when it comes to doing laundry.